Hey, yeah, hope you all had a good Easter weekend. But today, let's talk about LSD microdosing. So a year ago, I think a year ago I had my first experience with LSD. I talked about this before, of course, in the video LSD changed my life. But since I got a lot of questions about LSD in the past few weeks, especially after making that video, I just want to give an insight in how to do microdosing and how to do it wisely. So I'll put the link below for the website where I got my information, the third wave. Just to also give you guys an overview of where I got my information from. Why I did microdosing last year? Well, for me at that moment, I talked about it before, I had an anxiety disorder. I just came out of therapy and I just noticed that I wanted to explore myself a bit more. And LSD really helped me with that. Let's first start off. Why? Well, I would say LSD gives you the opportunity to what you would normally learn within like a few months. LSD accelerates that a bit. That's of course also why you need to be cautious with it and be smart with it and don't do it the whole time. But it helps you to further see what your character is like, and it can also help you further if you are blocked in your emotions, for example. Again, be smart and be safe with it, and I will give you some tips later on on how to do so. How? So how can you microdose? Well, first off, if you get like a plate, let's say you get a plate of 200 micrograms, you can get like a glass bottle with a pipette. And then what you can do, get distilled water from DM or whatever store, just get distilled water. If you want to make sure that you get the right doses, then what you could do is, if you have 200 micrograms, then you can get the pipette and count 200 drops of distilled water. This to make sure that you have control over how much how big your doses is. For me, after counting the 200 drops, for me the right dosage is somewhere in between 10 and 14 micrograms of LSD. So this meant that I either had to, like, somewhere in between, I would go for 12 drops of LSD. Point is, if you put the plate into the glass bottle with the pipette, the distilled water will suck out the LSD, basically put it into the water, and that's how you dose it. What I would say is that you keep the glass bottle and the LSD always into the fridge, so you keep it fresh. So you have fresh LSD. But yeah, you add, of course, normally on the third wave, I think they let you go up to 20 micrograms of LSD for a microdose. But what I would say is that the first time that you do it, start a bit lower and see how it feels for you. There is of course another strategy in this, because you shouldn't be doing this every day. I did it, for example, for 3 weeks, and then you take it the first day and you take your microdose, and then the 2 days after you don't take anything. This has several reasons. One is the fact that what you want to achieve is that you can compare your days that you're microdosing towards the normal days. So the first day you're microdosing, the second day is important because the day after LSD you're still in this flow, And if you do a lot of self-reflection, that is the day to do the self-reflection. And then the third day is to make sure that you are still used to you're not necessarily that high when you're microdosing, but still to be sober. That is really important, to have those 2 days in between. Then you repeat that, and I think the third wave also advises to not do it longer than 3 weeks. I would say the same. I remember that after the first 2 weeks I was really enjoying. And then the third week I already started noticing, like, okay, I'm a bit done with being high, so to say. So next to the microdosing, what I also did is to put goals for myself. By that time I was still pretty closed off due to my anxiety disorder and depression. And what I did for myself as well, if I would go out, I would tell myself, like, hey, okay, what do I want to achieve today? So this could be meeting new people. This could be going into the city, exploring the city. But it's important to or at least for me, it's important, if you really want to do this from that perspective, then put goals for yourself. What do you want to achieve with this? Make it worthwhile, basically. One other thing that I would say, journal. So write down what you do, how you feel, so that you can later on, after those 3 weeks, see what the whole period did for you. Again, for me, it was really impressive and a really nice experience to have. But that also, due to the journaling, you have an overview of this, what it actually does. And I would say, lastly, as a tip, if you're microdosing, just act as if your day is a normal day. So you take it in the morning, and then you just start your day. So you go sport, you go to work. You're not, due to the microdose, you're not overwhelmed, or you might feel a little bit of extra energy, but you are still able to do everything normal as you normally would. This is also really important, because the microdosing helps you. It's not necessarily that you want to be high just to be high. So yeah, that's what I would say as my tips. And lastly, I would just say, be smart, be safe. If you have certain mental issues that you're not sure with, or you're not sure about the whole microdosing itself, I would say then just don't do it. Also, not every drug is for everyone. Everyone has his own poison, I would say. But what I would say of LSD, it's for me one of the nicest and clearest drugs that are out there. So yeah, this was basically my LSD microdosing. Again, be smart, be safe, be awesome. Yeah. Subscribe if you liked the video, or if you liked the channel, like it as well if you did enjoy it. And then I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.